Reporting live from Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm John Abba. It appears that the newest addition to the Breakfast Club, Loren LoRosa, is here to stay, as it was just announced on Monday morning that the journalist and host will be taking her segment, The Latest with Loren LoRosa, to the podcast world. The news will be announced this morning by LoRosa and her Breakfast Club co-hosts.
Bite-sized news, exclusives, and people are probably like, well, you do that at the Breakfast Club, so what's about to happen now? So this is more details, more extension. There will be stories that I'll talk about on the podcast that we might not talk about in the room.
Might not get to.
Yeah, you'll get to know me a little bit better, and every now and then I'll bring on a friend or two bonus episodes. Like, it's going to be a good vibe. So
what wig you wearing?
Well,
I did have that question.
No, he did.
For the cover.
He asked for the cover. He said it was a wig. Yeah.
But what was it?
I don't know. I ain't seen it.
The bob is in my show art. You know, the bob is not a wig. But Mahogany Brown, who I'm wearing right now, she'll make some appearances. And then we have some other girls that'll be joining us because we launch on the 31st. March 31st is the first episode drop.
Okay.
Everywhere you listen to podcasts, and on YouTube, Loren LoRosa TV, you'll see some visuals. So we'll be switching it out for the girls. Okay.
Congrats.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that.
According to an exclusive sent to Essence, the show is set to launch March 31st on iHeartMedia and Charlamagne tha God's Black Effect podcast network. Loren is bringing her sharp, unfiltered voice directly to your earbuds every single day. The Latest with Loren LoRosa podcast will give fans even more access to her unique POV in bite-sized, daily episodes that deliver the news with clarity, edge, and heart. Now, news of LoRosa's show comes just days after she and co-host Jess would appear to be at odds over LoRosa's airtime on The Breakfast Club, after LoRosa was expected to only serve as a fill-in for the show while Jess left for maternity leave. Just last Tuesday, Jess would take to her social media platforms to air out her Breakfast Club team after she would have issues with LoRosa's segment becoming a part of the show. In her IG Live rant, Hilarious would take aim at all of her co-hosts for never standing up for her and hinted that some things were unclear to her in regards to LoRosa's involvement on the show. Now, as the story developed, listeners would find out that LoRosa actually serves as a producer on The Breakfast Club, making things a bit more layered when it comes to Hilarious's frustration, with many thinking that Jess was being set up to be replaced. As news began to circulate, LoRosa herself would share her excitement on X. In a post, she would share a tweet back in 2018, which appeared to be her sharing her dream career that would be captioned, How It Started. Live talk show host, lead role as a comedic actress who dabbles in drama on a bomb TV series, doing all this in my self-branded custom designer clothing line, nothing major. And that post will be shared with a post from Essence announcing the news, captioned with, How It's Going. Given the timing of this latest news, some have now gone on to speculate that last week's tension may have been orchestrated. One user would write, so all this drama last week was for this? So that Breakfast Club drama was a rollout. And another would write, that's what they want. Podcast wasn't planned in less than a week. They created the drama for you to check out the podcast. As far as Jess Hilarious's response to the latest news, as of this writing, she has not commented on her social pages about Loren's newest show. But if you listen closely on LoRosa's announcement on The Breakfast Club, Jess Hilarious can be heard saying congrats.
Joining us because we launch on the 31st. March 31st is the first episode drop.
Okay. Everywhere
you listen to podcasts, and on YouTube, Loren LoRosa TV, you'll see some visuals. So we'll be switching it out for the girls. Okay.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Now, if you didn't know, Jess currently has her own show on iHeart and Charlamagne tha God's Black Effect as well, called Carefully Reckless, where it covers weekly topics mixed in with her commentary. As far as Charlamagne, he would go on to reshare a post about Loren's new show from her page on his IG story with the Destiny's Child song So Good. Fans of The Breakfast Club and Loren would go on to congratulate her in her comment section upon sharing more news of the announcement. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Do you think last week's beef was orchestrated? And does this validate Jess's concerns that she would initially express online? And for more news in comedy, culture, sports, and more, be sure to subscribe here to our YouTube and go ahead and follow Hype Plus across all social media. Plus, if you enjoyed this story, you can always send us a super thanks by hitting the button below, and you can tip us what you want to show your support. Reporting live from Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm John Abba.